This is a bit of an advanced concept, or maybe it's an intermediate concept, but I wanted to talk about destructive versus non-destructive editing. Here we are inside of Audition, which is a great tool to demonstrate this concept. Right here we're in the edit, the waveform, as you can see in the top left here, the Waveform Editor. Now, the Waveform Editor is an example of destructive editing, and what that means is, as audio is stored on your computer as a digital file, this editor allows you to permanently modify it. So permanently, unless you hit the undo button, but once you save it, it has permanently changed the audio file. So if I were to do this, now of course it'll be out of sync with the video. The question is, do I still think that? Stick around and find out. Welcome to Home. So if I were to save that, that section of audio would be completely gone, right? Non-destructive editing is much different. In non-destructive editing, if I were to come over here, let's zoom in a bit. Come on now. Okay, if I were to come in here and do this, right? That does not actually touch the file as stored. It just simply tells the computer we're only looking at this part of the file, right? So video, I recommend Reaper for people who are starting out. All right, that probably sounded weird. Let's put it back. I recommend Reaper for people who are starting out because it's right now it's a little somewhat it is a little bit deceptive because as you are looking at the undo that I just did, it looks exactly the same. So it may seem that it's doing the same thing, but this is only affecting what your computer looks at, which you can then use to compose another file, a final mix, if you will. So that would be the difference between destructive and non-destructive editing. Which one is better? It really depends. It's not like you can't do destructive editing. Sometimes you need to permanently remove something, and that's the way to do it. Especially if you're doing audio restoration, you want to remove a click or a pop. You'll want to do that in the Waveform Editor section, and just remove. Let's say we wanted to remove that with our spot healing brush and find out. That just removed the attack from the sound. I'll put it back. There you go. So that's something you might want to, if it were a sound that was not intended, you might want to be able to remove that. That is an instance where you would want to use destructive editing. However, if you're simply in a song, now this is not a song, but if it were a song, let's go over to look at a song. Here we are. If you were trying to remove one of your mistakes or something like this, I don't know that this is a mistake, but let's hear it. Let's solo it. Solo it. Grace, love. Okay, I can see why we'd want to remove that. So if in your wisdom you just trim it back to where it was, right there, in this case by hitting undo, but let's go ahead and do it the way we would do it. Take it. Okay. In a moment, here's your moment, you can say goodbye. There is grace that you can't imagine. There's love that you can't outrun. And it's really non-destructive editing is an editing tool. Surprise, right? And it's most commonly used in this context, in the multi-track context.